Sentence 41. Those petty wrongs that liberty commits, when I am sometime absent from thy heart. Thy beauty and thine ears full well befits, for still temptation follows where thou art. Gentle thou art, therefore to be won. Beauteous thou art, therefore to be assailed. And when a woman woos, what woman's son will sorely leave her till he have prevailed? I me, but yet thou mightest my speech forbear, and tread thy beauty and thine strange youth. Who did thee in their right, even there, where thou art forced to break a twofold truth, hers by thy beauty tempting her to thee, thine by thy beauty being false to me. Sentence 42. That thou hast her, it is not all my grief, and yet it may be said I loved her dearly, that she has least of my willing truth, a loss in love that touches me more nearly. Loving offenders, lest I will excuse thee, thou dost love her because thou knowest I love her, and for my sake even so doth she abuse me, suffering my friend for my sake to reprove her. If I lose thee, my loss is my love's gain, and losing her, my friend has found that loss. Both find each other, and I lose both twain, and both for my sake lay on me this cross. But here's the joy, my friends, that found that love. But here's the joy, and I are one. But here's the joy, my friend has found that loss. Both find each other, I lose both twain. Both for my sake lay on me this cross. But here's the joy, my friend and I are one. Sweet flattery, that she loves but me alone. Sentence 43. When most I wink, then do mine eyes best see. For all the day they view things unrespected, but when I sleep, in dreams they look on thee. Darkly bright are bright in dark directed. Then now whose shadows doth make bright. How would thy shadows form happy show, to the clear day with thy much clearer light? When to unseen eyes thy shade shines so, how would I say mine eyes be blessed made, by looking on thee in the living day, when in the night thy fair imperfect shade through heavy sleep on set earth's eyes doth stay. All days are nights to see till I see thee, nights bright days when dreams do show thee me. Sentence 44. If the dull substance of my flesh were sought, injurious distance should not stop my way, for then, despite of space, I would be brought, for limit far remote, where thou dost stay. No matter then, although my foot did stand upon the farthest earth removed from thee, for nimble thought can jump both sea and land, as soon as think the place where he would be. But thought kills me, that I am not thought, to live large lengths are miles when thou art gone. That so much of earth and water wrought, I must 10 times leisure with my moan, receiving not by elements so slow, but heavy tears, badgers of either's woe. Sentence 45. The other two, slight air and purging fire, are both with thee. Wherever I abide, the first my thought, the other my desire, is present absent, with swift motion slide. For when these quick elements are gone, in tender embassy of love to thee, my life being made of four with two alone, sinks down to death oppressed with melancholy, until life's compensation be recurred, by those swift messengers returned from thee, who even but now come back again, assured of life and health, recounting it to me. This told I joy, but they no longer glad. I send them back again, and straight grow sad. Sentence 46. Mine eye and heart are at mortal war. Mine eye and heart are at mortal war. How to divide the conquest of thy sight? Mine eye, my heart, thy picture sight would bar. My heart, mine eye, the freedom of that right. My heart doth plead that thou in him dost lie. A closet never pierced with crystal eyes, but the defendant does that plea deny, and seizing him thy fair appearance light. Two-sided this title is impaneled, a quest of thoughts all tenants to the heart, and by the verdict is determined, the clear eye's moiety and the dear heart's part. As last mine eye's dew is thy outward part, and my heart's right thy inward love of heart. Sentence 47. Betwixt mine eye and heart a league is took, and each doth good turns now unto the other, when that mine eye is famished for look. Or heart in love with sighs himself doth smother, with my love's picture let mine eye does feast, to the painted banquet bids my heart. Another time mine eye is my heart's guest, and in his thoughts of love does share a part. So either by thy picture or my love, thyself away utterance steals me, for thou not farther than my thoughts canst move. And I am still with them, and lay with thee, or if they sleep, thy picture in my sight, wakes my heart to heart's and eyes' delight. Sentence 48. How careful was I when I took my way, each trifle and the truest best to thrust, that to my use it might unused stay, from hence as falsehood in sure words of trust. But thou to whom my joys trifles are, most worthy of comfort, now my greatest grief. Thou best of dearest and my only care, art left the prey of every vulgar thief. Thee have I not locked up in any chest, save where thou art not, though I feel thou art, within the gentle closure of my breast, from whence at pleasure thou mayst come and part. And even this thou wilt be stolen, I fear, for truth proves lavish, for price so dear. Sentence 49. Against that time, if ever that time come, when I shall see thee frown on my defects, when as my love has cast his utmost sum, called to that audit by advice respects, against that time, when thou shalt strangely pass, and scarcely greet me with that sun-like eye, when love converted from the thing it was, shall reasons find of settled gravity, against that time do I ensconce me here, within the knowledge of my own desert, and list my hand against myself and breer, to guard the lawful reasons on thy part, to live poor me, thou hast the strength of loss, since why to love I can knowledge no course. Sentence 50. How heavy do I journey on the way, when what I seek, my weary travels end. Thus teach that ease, and that repose to say, thus far the miles are measured from thy friend. The beast that bears me, tired with my woe, plods dully on to bear that weight in me, as if by some instinct the rich did know, his red love not speed, being made from thee. The bloody spear cannot provoke him on, that sometimes anger thrusts into his hide, which heavenly he answers with a groan, more sharp to me than sparing to his side. For that same groan doth put this in my mind, my grief lies onward and my joy behind. Sentence 51. Last can my love excuse the slow offence of mine down-bearer, when from thee I speed. From where thou art, why should I haste me thence, till I return of posting is no need? Or what excuse will my poor beast then find, then swift extremity can seem but slow? Then should I spare though mounted on the wind, in winged speed no motion shall I know, then cannot horse with my desire keep pace. Therefore desire of perfectest love being made, shall nay now thou flesh in his fiery race, but love for love, thus shall excuse my dread, since from thee going he went woeful slow, towards thee I'll run, and give him leave to go. Sentence 52. So a master rich, whose blessed key can bring him to his swift locked treasure, the which he will not every hour survey for blunting point of seldom pleasure. Therefore are feasts so solemn and so rare, since seldom coming in the long year set, like stones of worth they singly placed are, or kept enjoy in a casnet. So is the time that keeps yours my chest, your as the wardrobe which the robe doth hide, to make some special instant, special blessed, by new unfolding his imprisoned pride. Blessed are you, whose worthiness gives scope, being had to triumph, being legged to hope. Sentence 53. What is your substance, whereof are you made, that millions of strange shadows on you tend, since everyone has everyone one shade, and you but one can every shadow lend? This scrap Adonis under the counterfeit is poorly imitated after you, on Helen's cheek, all art of beauty set, and you in Grecian tales are painted new. Speak of the spring and the foison of the year, the one doth shadow of your beauty show, the other as your bounty doth appear, and you in every blessed shape we know, in all external grace you have some part, but you like none you for constant heart. Sentence 54. Oh, how much more does beautier seem, when that all the better part of me, what can my own praise to my own self bring? Sentence 154. Oh, how much more does beautier seem, by that sweet ornament which truth doth give. The rose looks fair, but fairer which dim, when that sweet odor which doth in each leaf. Then the canker blooms have fuller, deeper dye, as a perfumed tincture of the roses hang on such thorns, as placed wantonly when summer's breath their masked bud discloses. But for their virtue only is their show. They live unwooed and unrespected fate die to themselves. Sweet roses do not thaw, of their sweet deaths are sweetest odors made, and I saw of you, beauteous and lovely youth. When that straw fade, my verse distills your truth. Sonnet 55. So are you, not marble, Sonnet 55, not marble, nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful right, but you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone besmeared with Sonnet 55. Not marble, nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful right, but you shall. Sentence 55. Not marble, nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful right, but you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone besmeared with saltish time, when wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry. Nor must his word, nor words quick fire shall burn the living record of your memory. Against the death and all oblivious enmity shall you paste forth. Your praise shall still find a room even in the eye of all posterity, that word is word out to the ending doom. So tell the judgment, let yourself arise, you living lives and dwell in lovers' eyes. Sonnet 56. Sweet love, renew life force, speech not said, thy age should blunter be than appetite, which but today by feeding is led, tomorrow sharpened in his former might. So love be thou, although today thou fill thy hungry eyes, even till thy wink with fullness. Tomorrow still again, and do not kill the spirit of love with a perpetual dullness. Let this sad interim, like the ocean be, which past the shore, where two contracted new come daily to the banks, that when they see return of love, more blessed may be the view. Else call it winter, which being full of care, makes summer's welcome thrice more wished and more rare. Sentence 57. Being your slave, what should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? I have not precious time at all to spend, nor services to do till you require. Nor dare I trail the world without that hour, whilst I my suffering watch the clock for you, nor think the bitterness of absent sour, when you have been a servant once a jewel. Nor dare I question with my jealous thought where you may be, or your first suppose. But like a sad slave, stand and think of naught, safe where you are, how happy you make those. So true a foolish love, that in your will, though you do anything, he thinks no ill. Sentence 58. Let God forbid that made me first your slave. I should then thought control your times of pleasure, or at your hand the account of hours to crave. Being your vessel bound to stay your leisure, or let me suffer being a drawback, the present absence of your liberty, and the patience tempt to suffering by each trap. Without accusing you of injury, be where you list, your charter is so strong, that you yourself may privilege your time to what you will, to you it does belong, yourself to pardon of self-doing crime. I am to wait, though waiting so be hell, not blame your pleasure, be it ill or well. Sentence 59. If there be nothing new but that which goes before, but not which has been before, how are our brains beguiled, which laboring for invention bear amiss, the second burden of a former child. All that record could with a backward look, even of 500 courses of the sun, show me your image in some antique book. since my first in character was known, that I might see what the old world could say to this composed wonder of your firm, whether we are of your firm, but of your firm, of your firm, but of your one. But since Sentence 59. Sentence 59. Watch Sentence 59. If there be nothing new but that which goes before, Sentence 59. If there be nothing new but that which goes before. Sentence 59. If there be nothing new but that which has been before, how are our brains beguiled, which labour for invention bear amiss? The second burden of a former child, all that record could with a backward look, even of 500 courses of the sun, show me your image in some antique book, since my first in character was done, that I might see what the old world could say to this composed wonder of your frame. Whether we are mended, or whether better they, or whether revolution be the same, all sure I am the wits of former days, to subjects' words have given an admiring praise. Sentence 60. Like us, the wolves make towards the pebbled shore, so do our minutes hasten to their end, each changing place with that which goes before. In secret toil, all forwards to contend. Nativity once in the man of light, crossed to maturity, while with being crowned, conquered in ellipses, against his glory find. Time that gave does now his gift confound. Time does transfix the flourish set on youth. Doves the parallels in beauty's brow, feeds on the rarities of nature's truth, and nothing stands but for his sighs to mow. Yet 2 times in help my verse shall stand, praising thy words despite his cruel hand. Sentence 61. Is it thy will, thy image should keep open my heavy eyelids to the weary night? Thus the thou desire my slumbers should be broken, while shadows like to thee to mock my sight. Was it his spirit to mock my sight? What marriage do I in myself respect? To mock my sight, is it thy spirit that thou sendest from thee, so far from home into my deeds to prose? Join with the spite of fortune, make me bow, and do not drop in for an after loss. Ah, do not, when my heart has godless sorrow, come in the whirlwind of a conquered will, give not a waning night a rainy morrow, to linger out a purposed overthrow. Sentence 61. Is it thy will, thy image should keep open my heavy eyelids to a weary night? That thou desires my slumbers should be broken, while shadows like to thee to mock my sight? Is it thy spirit that sendest from thee so far from home into my deeds to pry, to find out shapes and idle hours in me, the scope and tenor of thy jealousy? Oh no, thy love, though much, is not so great. It is my love that keeps mine eye awake, mine own true love that does my resty feet, to play the watchman ever for thy sake. For thee watch I whilst thou dost wake elsewhere, from me far off with others all too near. Sentence 62. Sin of self-love possesses all mine eye, and all my soul, and all my every part. And for this sin there is no remedy, it is so grounded inward in my heart. Methinks no face so gracious is as mine, no shape so truth, no truth of such account. And for myself my own worth to define, as I all other in all words surmount. But when my glass shows me myself indeed, beaten and chopped with tan antiquity, my own self-love quite contrary I read. Self so self-loving were in equity, 'tis thee myself that for myself I praise, painting my age with beauty of thy days. Sentence 63. Against my love shall be as I am now, with time's injurious hand crushed and all worn, when hours have drained his blood and filled his brow with lines and wrinkles, when his youthful morn has travelled on to age's deepy night, and all those beauties were of now his kin, are vanishing or vanished out of sight. Stealing away the treasure of his spring, for such a time do I not fortify, against a confounding age's cruel knife, that he shall never cut from memory my sweet love's beauty down my lover's life. His beauty shall needs black lights be seen, and they shall live, and he in them still green. Sentence 64. When I have seen by time's fell hand defaced the rich proud cost of outworn buried age, when sometime lofty towers I see down raised, and brassy tunnels left to mortal rage. When I have seen the hungry ocean gain an advantage on the kingdom of the shore, and the firm soil wing of the watering main, increasing store with loss and loss with store, when I have seen such interchange of state itself confounded to decay, ruin has taught me thus to ruminate, that time will come and take my life away. This thought is as a death which cannot choose, but weep to have that which it fears to lose. Sonnet 65. Since brass nor stone nor earth nor boundless sea, but said mortality outweighs the power. How with this rage shall beauty hold a plea whose action is not stronger than a flower? Oh, how shall summer's honey breath hold out against the rock voltage of battering days, when rocks impregnable are not so stout, nor gates of steel so strong but time decays? O fearful meditation, where alike shall time's best draw from time's traced thy head, or what strong hand can hold his swift fought back, or who his spoil of beauty can forbid? Oh, none, unless this miracle have might, that in black ink my love may still shine bright. Sonnet 66. Tired with all this, for restful death I cry. As to behold the desert a beggar born, and needed nothing trained in jollity, pierced face and happily forsworn, and gilded honor shamefully misplaced, and maiden virtue rudely strumpted, and right perfection wrongfully disgraced, and strength by limping sway disabled, and art made tongue-tied by authority, and folly dogged like controlling skill, and simple truth miscalled simplicity, and captive good attending captain ill. Tired with all this, from this would I be gone, self-latched to die, I leave my life alone. Sonnet 67. Ah, wherefore with infection should he live, and with his presence gracing piety, that seen by him an advantage should achieve, and less itself with his society. Why should force painting imitate his trick, and steal the scene of his living hue? Why should poor beauty indirectly seek roses of shadow, since his rose is true? Why should he live, not natural bankrupt death, beggared of blood to blush through lively veins? For she has no exchequer now but is, and proud of many lives upon his gains. Or him she stores to show what wealth she had, in days long since before list last so bad. Sonnet 68. Lassie's trick, the map of desert one, when beauty lived and died as flowers do now, before the bastard sighs of four were born, or bastion habit or living brow, before the golden traces of the dead, the right of sepulchres were shone away, to live a second life on second head. Beauty's dead fleece made another again. In him those holy antique hours are seen, without all ornament, itself and true, making no summer of another's green, robbing no old to dress his beauty new. On him as for a map doth nature store, to show forth art what beauty was of yore. Sonnet 69. Not those parts of thee that the words I doth feel, what nothing that the thoughts of hearts command. O tongues, the voice of souls, give thee that due, uttering bare truth, even souls as false command. Thy outward thus is outward praise is crowned, but those same tongues that give thee song thine own, in other accents do this praise confound. By seeing farther than the eye hath shown, they look into the beauty of thy mind, and that in gaze they measure by thy deeds. Then chose the thoughts, although their eyes were kind, to thy fair flower add the rank smell of weeds. But while I order, may trust not thy show, the self is this, that thou dost come and grow. Sonnet 70. That thou art blind shall not be thy defect, for slender's mark was ever it the fair. The ornament of beauty is suspect, a crow that flies in heaven's sweetest air. So thou be good, slender does but approve, thy worth the greater being wood of time, for canker vice the sweetest buds does laugh, and thou preventest pure and stand prime. Thou hast passed by the emboshed young days, either not assailed or victor being charged. Yet this thy praise cannot be so like praise, to tie up envy evermore enlarged. If some suspect of your mask not thy show, then now long kingdoms of hearts should stroll. Sonnet 71. No longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the solemn bell, give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world, with violence the worms to the well. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so, that I discourse now approve. Desire is death, which this Sonnet 71. No longer mourn for me when I am dead, then you shall hear the solemn bell, give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world, with violence the worms to the well. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so, that I in your sweet thoughts would be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Or if I still look upon this verse, when I perhaps compounded am with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let your laugh even with my life decay, lest the wise world should look into your mourn, and mock you with me, after I am gone. Sonnet 72. Oh, lest the world should task you to recite what marriage lived in me, that you should laugh after my death, dear love. Forget me quite, for you in me can nothing worthy prove, unless you would devise some virtuous lie, to do more for me than my own desert, and hang more praise upon deceased eye, than the truth would willingly impart. Or lest your true love may seem foreseemless, that you, for love, speak well of me untrue, my name be buried where my body is, and live no more to shame nor me nor you. For I am shamed by that which I bring forth, and so should you to love things nothing worth. Sonnet 73. Oh, Sonnet 73. That time of years thou mayst in me behold, when yellow leaves all known of you to hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold. Bearing the cross, while let the sweet birds sing, in me thou seest the twilight of such day, as the deathbed were wrong, it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest. Sonnet 74. Sonnet 73. That time of years thou mayst in me behold, when yellow leaves all known of you to hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold. Bearing the cross, where let the sweet birds sing, in me thou seest the twilight of such day, as the deathbed were wrong, it must expire, Sonnet 73. That time of years thou mayst in me behold, when yellow leaves all known of you to hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold. Bearing the cross, where let the sweet birds sing, in me thou seest the twilight of such day, as the deathbed, as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away, death's second self that seals up all in rest. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that on the ashes of his youth doth bind. As the deathbed were wrong, it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest, which makes thy love more strong, to love that well which thou must live ere long. Sonnet 74. But be contented when that fowler rest, without all bell shall carry me away. My life hath in this line some interest, which for memorial still with thee shall stay. When thou revealest this, thou dost reveal the very part was consecrate to thee. The earth can have but earth, which is true. My spirit is like the better part of me, so that thou hast but locks the dregs of life. The prey of worms, my body being dead, the cold conquest of a wretched knife. To best of thee to be remembered, the worth of that is that which it contains, and that is this, and this with thee remains. Sonnet 76. Sonnet 75. So are you to my thoughts as food to life, or a sweet seasoned showers are to the ground, and for the peace of you I hold such strife. As twixt the miser and his wealth is found. Now proud as enjoyer, and not doubting the filtering edge will steal his treasure. Now counting best to be with you alone, then better that the world may see my pleasure. Sometime I'll fall with feasting on your sight, and by clean stuffed for look, possessing